I mean, this is what we're doing. We're here to help benefit St. Jude's Children's Ranch for abused and neglected children. So all of your donations, every single piece, we don't keep none of it. It goes all towards that cause. Every week or every month, it's a new organization that's tried and true that pushes against the evilness of child sex trafficking. So, I mean, that's kind of what this is all about. But also, it's about watching your short films and giving filmmakers a cause and a place to hang out and to do things. So, without further ado, can I have my judges introduce themselves a little bit? Quick 30 to 60 seconds. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you a judge, do you think? Because it could be the wrong reason. They could have just paid me money to be up here. No, just kidding. They didn't. I paid them money to be here. I'm just kidding.
I'm here for the big bucks, yeah. Name is Sam Novak. I'm a deputy editor of a website called Vegas 411. I'm also a big movie fan. I write about entertainment in the city. I've attended this movie and wrote about it. And I wrote about this event's last month launch. And I'm looking forward to being a judge one more time. Thank you.
What's up, y'all? My name's Charles. I'm here just for the popcorn, to be honest. I'm here because I've been doing videography for about 15 years, but professionally, I own my own video agency that's based out of Vegas for the last 10 years. I help businesses with marketing and video production, especially in the Las Vegas or Southwest, whether it be Dallas, Vegas, Phoenix. I mean, you name it. I'm a desert rat. That's where I am. But yeah, love movies. I worked with Joey on a couple movies now and helping produce, and he's going to be directing some. So we got some good stuff in the works. So love movies, and I'm excited to see your guys's. Cheers.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. All right. So without further ado, we have our first up, and I hope you enjoy it. This one is called Chat Noir.
Listen, George, it wasn't my fault. Look, I'd say it wasn't personal, Pat, but it most certainly is. I hate you. Someone must have warned her. I never missed a target when we worked together. We never missed a target when we were forced to work together, but that was because I was there, wasn't it? You're abysmal. You don't understand. No, I understand. How about this? I've got a better idea. I shoot you right through the pupil, right now, through that little black eye. We don't even have to go in there and say hi to Daddy. How about it? All right. That's a good puppy. Let's go. Sir, I can explain.
Just sit down.
No. I know what happened if I do. Sit down.
I said sit.
But the chair broke.
You know why you're here.
Yes, it's because I missed my target 3 times, but...
Yes, great. Well, that'll make it nice and easy. This is just the internal paperwork. You're very familiar with it. Let's go over these. Tell us about the first attempt, Bisha.
Well, I did everything I learned during training. I followed my target for 2 weeks, and I noticed that she was always going to that little coffee shop. Good morning. What can I get you?
You're new here. Where's Sebastian?
Sebastian is on vacation this week.
Lucky guy.
Yes, so I have to step in. What can I get you?
I'll have an iced latte with almond milk to go.
Iced latte with almond milk to go. And?
A banana.
And a banana. Cash or card?
Card.
Tap here. What's your name?
Eliza.
Eliza. Thank you. Next.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's so hot. Hi, I'd like an iced latte, but whatever that girl was having.
Great. Name?
Elsa.
Elsa. Cash or card?
Tap.
Tap. Next. Iced latte with almond milk for Elsa. Copy right up.
No, you look so familiar. You know what? It's the eyes. So I can never forget the eyes.
Iced latte for Eliza, iced latte for Elsa.
Yeah. You know, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, the show's...
For Eliza?
Oh, she just took yours, but if you don't mind, they're the same thing. It's...
Yeah, no, that's fine. No worries.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Your eyes, they look so familiar. You know, this is just a side gig, right? I'm the lead singer. So, it's going to be a big, big show. Wait.
She's having a seizure. Call 911.
God, that's a bad day. Oh, my boys on TikTok are not going to believe this.
See? That wasn't my fault. She grabbed the wrong coffee.
You had a sloppy plan. Number of holes in it. Tell me about the second attempt.
Once again, sir, not my fault.
My ice cream!
I get you another one.
He's kidnapping her.
Why don't you try it on someone your own size?
Just know what you think. I'm so sorry.
It seems you were seen by the target in advance.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it also looks like several other people saw you with a weapon in your hand. And you were beaten down by a total stranger.
Sir, it was a series of events that no one could have seen coming.
Tell me about the third attempt.
Okay, well, that one is maybe a little bit my fault.
Bro, my Uber's here.
My friend.
We're at 5 minutes. Go ahead and go to your voting pin. Voting pin. It's starting right now. If you want to keep it going and watch the rest of it, go ahead and click what you'd like. Nice and quick. Nice and quick. About 3 minutes left on this. Off to that way, all the way. If you can go as far, see if you can find something over here. I thought there was another one she had. Maybe go back a little bit. I guess over here. Okay, I guess, yeah, never mind, go forward. Just try to find your face in there, right there. Okay, yep. And then you could drop it down so that it's not in the way of the thing. All the way as low as it goes. There's a little neck thing down at the bottom. Cool. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and see it. And, oh yeah, wow, 94. There was one person that said no. Dang, dude, you guys were rough. All right, here we go. We're going to finish it.
Hi, for Eliza?
Hey, could he lower his gun? I'm not really comfortable around firearms. And by the way, could I just stand or sit? My legs are tired.
You're undoubtedly the worst hitman in the history of this organization. We're not going to miss you, Bijou. Kill him.
Great! Oh, you idiot! You idiot! You're gonna pay for this. Please, Georgie, please. Went to the same school. We shared everything, the same room, the same candies, even the same girlfriend. Oh, you didn't know that?
You're a shite roommate and a worse assassin. I'm gonna enjoy this. I fucking hate you. You smell the fruit. You're a piece of shit. And I hate your name. Pea soup. Sounds like fucking pea soup. And I hate pea soup. Once more, one of
No. George. How did you?
Thank you so much for leading me to your boss.
When did you?
I am going to take that back.
How did you? When did you?
You really think you were tracking me that freely? I saw you put the poison in the coffee. I wanted you to follow me. I was planning on tagging you in the park.
And what about the bar?
What bar?
The homeless guy.
What homeless guy? That was all you, boo-boo. I would advise you to disappear, Patrick. If I see you again, I will kill you.
That was awesome. Little respect for the below the line folks. All right, great job. Great job. Okay, cool. So let's talk about it a little bit. We're not going to go on to the new one just yet. Oh, whoa, and it's just going ahead. Okay, sorry about that. There's obviously pirates in the next one, but don't worry, we're still on this one. All right, so can we have the filmmaker come on up, please? Yes, sir. Awesome. Yeah, go up to the top, good sir. Right into the microphone. Right into the light. Come on, give him a little. That's right. Can you introduce what? Oh, very nice. Oh, and it is perfect. It's set for that, actually. Wow, look at that. That was not on purpose. You can take the mic off. It's not on yet because we don't know what you're going to do with it just yet, so I keep you on mute just for a second. Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys are good. Why don't we start with our judges? Sam, I want to see a little grill down from you, sir. Why don't you take it away?
Hey there. Terrific. I absolutely love this. Great combination of suspense, humor. Love the acting. I like the pacing. Little bit iffy on the accent, at least not because it was done poorly, but I was having trouble catching all the dialogue. But I love the fact that it was at a really fast pace, nice clip. For being a short film, it had a lot of stuff going on. No real questions for it. I just thought that everything was done terrifically. This was a blast.
Can you hear me now? Okay, awesome. Yes, I
Go
can.
into the light.
Thank you very much. I'm still working on the accent. You know? It's been a few years, but yeah, first comedy for a short film. It's it's a lot of things to have in your mind. Then you put it on the paper. Then you have to work with the actors and everything, making sure that all the beats and everything land properly. And then of course the editing from TJ helps a lot. But that was a blast, and yeah, we filmed everything locally here.
Yeah, wonderful. So you wrote, directed, and starred.
Yes.
Was it always in your plans to be the main character?
Yes. Yes. My main thing is being an actor, and when things are slow, like strike, fires, like you name it, you create your own work, and I love to meet new people, so I always try to invite, as many people as possible to be part of my projects.
You have a gift for physical comedy. Did you train in that?
No, I did not. I think that's where also probably the French accent helps a little bit. But growing up, I watched a lot of French comedies, and also Pink Panther, like the original.
Definitely a lot of physical comedy in that.
Exactly. And so the idea behind was regardless if it's like a French or American comedy, it's always like a really bad cop. But like always like surviving at the end and everything. So here my idea was like, well, what if he was kind of like a villain, like a professional hitman, but he's just terrible at his job.
Well, thank goodness you're better at your job than he was in his. Congratulations. That was a terrific piece.
Great job. Great job. Yes, Charles, please.
Yes, sir. So is that what inspired you? Is the Pink Panther? Is that kind of the inspiration for this movie?
Yes, definitely. Like the old Pink Panther, and also French movies with Louis de Funès. He's just like he's a master of like physical comedy. Also Jim Carrey is like huge inspiration. So those were all kind of like the things that inspired me to make it.
Yeah, that was awesome. And honestly, the sitting down part, we were cracking up laughing. That was probably one of the funniest things we've seen. The other really, really good thing that I want to focus on is my favorite thing is the colors and the lighting. I feel like that was really, really well executed, especially in the beginning too. You just come off the bat and you have these wild colors, and it's just like, I wish it almost like continued a little bit more, right? And I don't know if it was limited a little bit in this office scene right here, or if you were going for a different contrast between him and you, if that makes sense,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't take the credit for that. TJ Penton right here is fantastic. If you need him, to edit any of your project, like he's the man in terms of like coloring. And yes, the space, we only had the space for a few hours. So we were just trying to go through all the pages and everything. And then, it just, there is a really steep contrast, but like once you're outside, like you decide to shoot that day and whatever gods give you, you film with it and you go with it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was really well executed. I would like to see a little bit softer colors outside, obviously, maybe with the diffuser or anything like that. But honestly, really, really good work. And I thought that was awesome. I also liked the little twist at the end. What made you, kind of throw that in there?
My idea was always, like it's always a man. Like 90% of the movies or series or anything, it's always like a leading man and always winning at the end. And I was like, how about maybe, like the woman who's been the target this entire time is actually like the brain of that entire piece. So that was really my idea, to just like give it back to the women, because, women helped me my entire life. So.
Well, love it. Love the humor, love the lights. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Amazing. That's awesome. So what's your top 3 favorite movies of all time? Come on, off your gut. Don't get all connoisseur with it, please.
No.
We don't have the time.
No. The Mask. It's just
okay,
in terms
that's
of like
one.
physical
Love it.
comedy. Then there is one French movie, which is Le Dîner de Con, which like they remade it with Kevin Hart, but it was not really the same. But that's a fantastic movie from a theatrical piece.
What's the American version of that?
I can't remember. It's I think it's the Dinner with Schmuck or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, that was successful though, wasn't it? It was Steve Carell and Paul
Probably,
Rudd.
yes.
Paul Rudd. It was pretty successful, I would say. Mildly successful. We'll say that.
So because the French movies from the 90s, and then after that,
One more.
I love rom-com, and Hitch for me is a
Hitch.
really good one.
Come into the light, Hitch. You kind of look like what Hitch wears. Who's your top favorite director of all time?
Ooh, probably Denis Villeneuve right now.
Oh yeah, he's doing
Like-
007, guys. You guys hear that? Whoa, for Amazon.
Like, it's just
We
like
were sleeping on that one.
always visually, like it's always really impactful,
Okay, good. Denny Villeneuve. Don't go ahead of yourself. We just need Denny Villeneuve. That's good. Okay.
I said you said top 3
Yeah,
as well. I
we'll
was like,
walk
oh
you
my God,
into
where are
that.
we going?
So we don't. It's going to be a wild ride. Let's find out. So where exactly did you find your passion for wanting to make a movie? Because this is pretty well done. I'm not going to lie. Like whoever you're working with, and like the cinematography as well. The sound is really well done. I like the music. Solid. So where you find your passion to make your movie so good?
For many years, I had that like that age to create and do something, and I was about to turn 30. I was like 29. I was like, okay, it's now or never. I should go for it. So I started taking acting classes, meeting new people, connecting with people, and then you just start like writing little piece, and then you just put them on stage, and then you do like a micro short and everything, and you just learn as you go. Then you meet new people, and then once you connect with people where your vision and art aligned, then it makes everything easier.
Amazing. That was really good. So if you could talk to Denny Villeneuve right now to the camera, what would you say to him if you had like 15, 20 seconds? What are you going to say to him?
Ooh, I can't wait to see what you're going to do with 007. And you need a French villain.
Well, now, what would you say to your people? Because they're going to vote at the end for who has the best movie. So what are you going to say to them to make them vote for you and remember your name?
Well, if you enjoyed Chat Noir, and you had a good laugh, vote for us. We had a lot of fun making that project, and every time I produce something, I try to do it locally with local people, local actors, and local crew. So, yeah, vote for me, and maybe we work together on the next project.
Give it up for them. Come on. All right, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry, we opened it up to the audience. Does anybody in the audience have a question that they'd like to ask? Come on, no one? Oh, Ryan, come here. Come on. You got to stand up. You got to stand over here. Can you give him your guys' mic? Thank you. And then, so what's your name? And
good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Alshon. I'm a local actor. So I just had a quick question. How long was the shoot?
3 days. It took
Okay.
3 days. We tried to accommodate many of the actors because some were coming from Atlanta, Texas, LA. So we're trying to get everybody together at the same time. And also we had one kid in the movie, so we had to also accommodate that because it was a SAG union project, so you have to be really careful with everything. But yes, 3 days altogether.
Oh, awesome. Probably a couple night shoots too, because I saw it was dark. So
yes, exactly. So
overnight
if I remember correctly, we did like the first opening scene that you see. We started that in the morning, and then at night we shot the other scene.
Perfect. Awesome, man. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Come on, guys, give it up for Ryan. He had enough gall to come up here and ask a question. It's not easy. All right, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming up. All right, so we're going to have our next one coming up right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this wonderful spot. Let me get this all ready for you. And here we go. This is called Life. All right, give it up. I missed a couple of those last heartbeats. My bad. Forget you. That was cool. Cool. Life. All right. Can we go ahead and have the filmmaker come on up? Come on up. Yeah. Come on, Gabe. Got Shaquem R. Smith, Mr. Gabe Rio. All right. Please stand in the light, good sir. Yeah. Just like right behind that is good. As long as you're in it. Cool. All right, man. Well, can you introduce yourself? I mean, I just introduced you a little bit, but like, can you introduce yourself and like who you are, what you do a little bit? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I muted because I don't know what people are about to do when they come up. In the moment, I gotta Making sure we don't want to play that for the people. We're alive right now.
Yeah, I'm Gabe, local actor, filmmaker, and yeah.
That's it. Dang, he's cool. He's smooth. He's smooth. It's a little loud. We're getting a little reverb. It's okay. We're fixing it. Don't worry, guys. I'm on it. All right, we gotta turn it down. Okay, Gabe, what made you want to make this movie, bro? Because this movie is crazy, dog. Like, I love it. I love it. I like it. Tell me, why'd you want to make this?
Yeah, it was actually for a class project. I just kind of wanted to experiment with like some different lighting and some different camera techniques. I wanted to try to experiment with the dolly zoom effect. I really wanted to go for that disorienting feeling, and wasn't able to achieve it. But yeah, it was just practice. Want to try some different things, and yeah. So.
All right, you wanted to try some things. What did you want to try?
The
dolly zoom.
Yeah, the dolly zoom effect.
Oh, sorry. Okay, he's over here turning my knob, so I'm like, okay, thanks, Noel. All right. Okay, so you wanted to try the dolly zoom, but what was the story? I really want to know about the story, man. What did you want to do with the story?
Wait, does everybody get that? What's happening there? Yeah. It's I wanted to dramatize conception, and the person in the blue suit is the Plan B pill. So it's like sperm cells fighting to fertilize the egg. The light or the egg, which is actually just a China ball. Yeah, the sperm cell is trying to get to the egg to fertilize it, but then is annihilated by the Plan B pill. So, yeah.
Dang. So the black one was the Plan B pill?
It was actually a blue hazmat suit.
Oh, dang, it looked black over here. Okay, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, all right. Very cool. Can we go to the judges real quick and then come back to me? Hold on. I mute you guys too. I don't know what you be doing over here.
Just eating over here. So Gabe, what kind of movies do you usually make it, or is this kind of the genre that you go for mostly?
No, this is like I said, I just really wanted to just try some different camera effects and some different lighting techniques. Obviously the China ball, but no, I'm more into like the neorealism, the raw, kind of indie situations.
Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely different. So would this be actually like unlife, or because the Plan B actually worked? So
yeah,
or did it not work? I don't know, because we heard
was
a heartbeat.
Kind of life for a moment.
Yeah. So it was unlife. So did the Plan B? So the Plan B worked.
Yeah, the Plan B was the figure kneeling before the egg, the China ball there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah, that was super cool. I like the lighting, different techniques. Was really cool. I just was a little confused because if there's a heartbeat, does that mean that it was?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, just want it to be dynamic. I got an A on the project, so.
I mean, yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
I was taking some class at LACC.
What's that?
Los Angeles City College.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. You got an alumni. Hell yeah. 2 months. It's still time.
And how long did this one take you to film?
I think we got it done in about 8 hours, more or less. Yeah.
Are you any of these people?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So those are like other students as well?
One is somebody I work with, and I found somebody else on Craigslist.
What'd you pay that person to be in your?
Listen, a McDonald's biscuit sandwich.
Biscuit sandwich. That's it.
Yeah, just keep them fed. Keep them fed.
And what was the location that you shot it at? Like it looks like it was.
Yeah, no, there's this veterans bar in Pasadena, and at the time I was a finance officer there, so I had keys. So I pretty much would just go shoot whenever I had time.
Okay. And did you get permission?
I'm a finance officer.
What does that mean?
I don't need
That's
permission.
okay. Oh, you just can do what you want.
And if you had I'm not going to do top 3. That's a lot. Top 2, movies kind of in this genre of this abstract.
Yeah. He stole my question.
That's something, a little bit different, off the beaten path. What are your top 2 kind of go-tos?
In this genre or just in general?
Yeah, kind of that are similar to this genre that you can kind of relate to.
Probably, I don't know, The Witch, because that's where I pulled that little piece
nice.
from.
Love that.
Right?
Robert Eggers, yeah.
And Interstellar, because
Chris Nolan.
all the white that's there.
Yeah, different camera, and that's probably where you got the dolly zoom, idea and everything.
No, that actually came from I think it's Kubrick. I was thinking about when I was thinking about that. I was thinking Kubrick or Hitchcock. I was thinking about the dolly zoom. So yeah.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
for the very unique perspective. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's Sam.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was really puzzled by this.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I wouldn't mind watching it over again once I got the explanation because it went completely over my head.
Yeah.
The visuals I loved. I liked the angles. I liked the costumes. It brought to mind to me a feature-length film that I saw a couple of years ago called Divinity. Did you ever see that?
No.
Because if this was shot in black and white, it could have easily fit into that film. It was
Interesting.
It was a sci-fi futuristic film with Scott Bakula and Bella Thorne.
Oh, okay.
And it's almost like that this was some sort of a test project, like a proposal for that film because of the style.
Got it.
I would love to see it again now that I know what it's meant to represent.
Yeah.
But if somebody was going in like I did, half of the people got it, half the people don't.
Yeah, it's such
is that what your typical response has been?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you would have had more people, you could probably, push the narrative a little bit further and people would get it. But it was a shot in the dark and it was fun. And
so, being that you spend 8 hours constructing it, how much time did you spend planning it prior to the shoot?
Probably about a week, about 2 week and a half, 2 weeks. Figuring out what the shots would look like, shot list, that kind of thing, and yeah.
What was that? What took up the most time?
Outside of that, it was actually just getting all the sheets in there and just kind of like putting everything together.
The physical challenges.
Yeah, C stands and everything, right? And then obviously the lighting.
Now that you've watched your own product and seen it viewed with an audience's eyes, do you feel that does it represent what you wanted it to be when you started?
That's a good question because obviously you always have a vision of what you want it to look like, and maybe it's close. Outside of one specific effect that I wanted, the dolly zoom, which I tried to attempt. Well, I mean, I didn't really know what it would look like in the end, to be honest with you. I was just as surprised as you guys are when I first saw it, and I wrote it. So.
And what was the one thing about the end result that pleased you the most?
The initial shot of that China ball hanging against the black background. That was my favorite.
All right, great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Wow. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. We ain't done yet. All right. So, top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Casablanca.
Stealing my shit.
Casino Royale. Training Day.
Whoa. What was the first one?
Casablanca.
Why?
The lighting on that is so amazing, right? I mean, manipulating the shadows, and obviously,
so true.
The context of where it takes place, when it takes place, how it's taking place.
Morocco.
Just one of my favorites.
Throw out. Morocco, homie. Got family in Morocco. Hold on. We're gonna ask. You want to ask a question? Hey, Joe. You want to ask a question? Then you bring your ass up here. It's not God's fault. Come on. Give him a mic. What's your name? And what are you doing here? I'm just kidding. What's your name?
My name is Joe.
Joe. Got a question?
So, when you mentioned Casino Royale being one of your favorite movies, are you talking about the
Daniel
David Niven? Okay, Daniel Craig. Okay. You stifler.
That's it? Come on. That's you're gonna waste your whole time. You ain't got nothing? Oh, he's got one. Come on, Chris. Chris, come on down, sir. What's your name?
Chris. Yeah, Chris Brown.
Thank you, Chris Brown.
The original. I'm older, so I get.
All right, Chris. Welcome.
I sing as well. Was it Gabe?
Yes.
Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you today.
Likewise.
I was spellbound by this piece. I think that if you don't mind a slight critique, I think what might be the confusing point here is in the editing, which you envision the China ball being the egg.
Yeah.
To me, with the introduction of life at the beginning, heartbeat, I'm feeling confused because I see the white circle is an orifice, like the baby's being born. So that's why the rest of the narrative, once you explained it, made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And once I knew that that was the egg at the beginning. So I think it's just something as simple as maybe editing that might help the narrative tell itself.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So, but thank you for showing this and sharing this. This is beautiful, and I hope you take it much further.
Thank you. Much appreciate it.
Nice. Okay. There we go. He comes in hard. Sometimes they're not all cookies, baby. All right, anybody else got anything? We're opening it up to the audience. Yes, come on up, sir. All right. What is your name?
Hi there.
And what's your question?
My name's Niall, and firstly, I really loved this, and my biggest question was because when there's these really symbolic, very visually striking scenes, I always wonder if you chose to direct metaphorically, or did you break it down exactly what was going on with them? Like, oh, you're gonna be strangling them, or that you're kind of breaking out, or you guys two sperms and you're killing that one. How did you direct that one?
No, it's pretty much exactly the latter point, right? It's like you guys are sperm cells trying to fertilize the egg, fight it out.
You got it. Thank you.
Pretty much.
I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Nice, really cool. All right, well, let's give it up. Oh, no, sorry, we're not done. I'm sorry, guys. We're new to this. It's our second time. Thank you. What would you say right now to the team if you had a chance to have them vote for your film?
You know, I don't know, trial and error. If you want to try something, or if you have a vision, try it out, see if it works, test it out, learn from it, fail quick. Not really a pitch, but you know, true nevertheless.
You want them to vote for you or no? It does not feel like you want them to vote for you.
Vote for failure if you're gonna fail fast.
I love that, dude. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, cool. All right, Sam, I want you to tell us a little bit about what's going on in Vegas real quick. Can you give us a little breakdown of kind of a little bit of some events that are going on for like a couple minutes?
Sure. What's going on in Vegas right now? I think we're all just kind of bracing ourselves for a little bit of an economic downturn, a little bit of political upheaval. I've been getting word on a lot of shows that are struggling or closing or have already closed. A lot of restaurants suffering, prices going through the roof. People are doing less traveling, especially internationally. So I've got a lot of people that are coming to me, asking me what I think is the best approach right now. And I'm telling everybody, just be sensible with your money, be sensible with your discretionary income, and brace for things to possibly get worse. Now's not a really good time to go on a vacation or open up a show or open up a restaurant. I know that's a bit of a downer, but we're in unprecedented times. And one of the people that finances my website, he has 4 showrooms in Las Vegas, and he produces or oversees 10 productions. And in the past month and a half, he's closed one of those showrooms and 3 of his own shows. So if you've got a dream and you've got the funding right now to get something out there, I say do it now. Get your friends together, film whatever it is you want to film, and hunker down for what might be a tough time ahead.
Awesome. That was so sad. But thank you so much, though, for that, Sam. It's so real, too, but awesome. It actually ended very hopeful. Let's start with this new movie. This is A Lucid Tale. Neri's Box, A Lucid Tale.
Just as we found it. Haven't been.
There you are.
Oh, you found me.
Good, so did I quick hit again.
Well, how else are we supposed to celebrate our triumphant return without our beloved quartermaster, eh?
I was in the hiccup to bring home quite a prize.
A hiccup. Well, I suppose there's one word for it.
Right.
Who got our all?
Triumphant and worthy of celebration, like you said.
Indeed it is. Will you share it with me? Oh, no. No need to go babying the captain now. Maybe young in age, but not young in experience. No better, you've seen worse.
You're right, I have seen worse. Let's get back.
Oh, it's after that hike, I need just a bit of time to rest. Come, join me, friend. Stop kicking rocks.
Just hanging back to see if your wobbly ass falls into the sea.
You just let me fall, would you?
A moment, maybe.
You fished me out, though.
Always have, haven't I?
I suppose you have. Wouldn't be in this position we are if it weren't for you.
And I wouldn't be alive if not for you.
Aye. Now sit. Beautiful, isn't it? The way the light just kisses the sea like that.
It is. And no, thank you.
Christ, Brady, when did you become such a prude? You know, most of the men on this crew would kill to be in your position. Sitting on a beach having a drink with the captain. I take advantage of it and drink. It's just a damn shame not all of us came back to see it, though.
And how are the crew feeling about it?
The crew? Yeah, they need no explaining. They saw it all, the craze in his eyes. The only thing on their minds, precisely the same thing they saw in mine.
And it is?
Why?
It's hard to say, really. I've been expecting the man of doing something like that for weeks now.
You have? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm certain I was wrong. And I thought it was until the day that he charged at you.
I considered him a friend. Maybe all this is just getting in my head.
No, you've got a lot on your plate. My job is the men, and if anyone screwed up, it's me.
Neither of us are at fault here, really. A man charged at me and I put him down. It's what he was before doesn't matter. I gotta keep my eye on the bigger picture.
It was a hiccup, like I said.
Nevertheless, rightly things having a mark like this on my first time at the helm makes me wonder what Captain Morley would have done about it.
Precisely the same you did, all in all. It was a perfect voyage. And thanks to the way you handled it, we remain two of the most respected pirates on this beautiful rock. Perhaps the youngest and prettiest in our positions as well.
Youngest I, prettiest, maybe just the one of us, eh?
Right, let's head back.
No witty retort? That thing is quite a menace, don't it? What were you doing out here all on your lonesome?
Well, last time we were here, I heard things and I figured I'd check it out.
Things about that? What kind of things?
Ritualistic life.
Yeah. Explains your interest then. Conclusion?
Figured they were true, but we should create as much distance as possible, like I said.
You have been trying to leave me away.
You don't like hearing this thing.
That which is dead needs to stay dead, no doubt about that.
Agreed. Sit back.
Right. Must keep waiting.
Okay, that's 5 minutes. Go ahead and go to your voting. If you'd like to keep it going, go ahead and hop in, and we'll see if we're going. Okay, have you put it in? Oh, wow. Okay, we have 10 users voting. Well, let me try this one more time. Just gonna make sure. Okay, cool, because that was like, damn, that's messed up. All right. So, okay, I'm going one more time. Anybody else? Are we just really? Come on, anyone voting here? I mean, we got 16 people voting here. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. It's going to be a no. I'm sorry, we're not moving forward with it. That's the first time that's ever happened, but it's going to happen sometimes. Y'all, it's okay. Give them a round of applause. Bring them up to the front. Where's he at? All right. Thank you for joining us, sir. Yeah, my man. My man. All right, dude, can you introduce yourself, please, and what you do? And can you please stand in the light?
Oh, yes. Hi there. My name's Niall. I'm a filmmaker, writer, director, very rarely actor. I like to direct more, but I write mostly because it's free. And yeah, this is the first short that we filmed whenever I moved here to Vegas in 2019. Incredibly ambitious because when sitting around thinking about the things we can do, looking at, okay, we have an apartment, we have a room, and I just really wanted something that would look different than anything I've worked on before. And as soon as I learned about Lake Mead, went down there, took a look around, figured with enough imagination, this could be a Caribbean beach in some ways.
That's awesome, man. So a little bit about yourself and a filmmaker. You're from?
I was born in Sugar Land, Texas, and I was raised primarily back and forth from here and from there in Southern California. And I grew up going to the Southern California theme parks a lot. And the main one that my father took me was Universal Studios. And I remember that first studio tour just capturing the magic. That was back when the Confrontation, the actual 80-foot King Kong animatronic, was still there before that got burnt down. Yeah, one of the greatest things ever built. But I caught the bug from there, and on July of 2010, a friend of mine, it was a tradition for every weekend. He was going to come over to play Grand Theft Auto 4. And eventually we beat it, and we had absolutely no idea what we were going to do for it that weekend. And I had a nightmare, woke up, wrote it down. My mom had this digital camera, ran on like 45 minutes of digital batteries. So we had that, $20, a bucket of chicken, decided what the hell. And the rest of my life started that night. I remember writing the words down in like novel format and no idea how to write a script. And when looking down that aisle and seeing and saying action and seeing the words come to life and seeing my neighbor and these people I've talked into being a part of this, it's just, I mean, that was it. There's no other road for me.
Amazing. Under 60 seconds, Charles got me on a 60-second clock. Under 60 seconds. What is your most influential moment in this movie that you filmed? Behind the scenes story. Go. Ready? You got me? Go.
It's right after this frame. Well, not this one, but it is my sword fight, which is where it cut off right before. It was the first time I ever choreographed a sword fight. I'm going to try and long it out because maybe you'll be able to see it in the background while I'm talking. But it was. Got you, bro. It was, yeah. Oh, that's the worst.
30 seconds left, bro. 30 seconds.
It was a big challenge because I've only ever done dialogue and different shots, and we had a big wooden stick, cut it in half, and our whole apartment complex thought we were crazy because we were just out there all day, every day. Dude came out for 1 week. That guy, Justin, he was a trooper for it, and he really gave a lot of time and dedication to it, and it was great. And those were real steel that we used. Not super sharp, but probably could have used fake ones, but yeah.
Dang, that's kind of dangerous. What would you have done? What would you have done? Follow-up question. What would you have done if you would have gotten sliced out there in the did you guys think about that?
We did. We absolutely did. And that's why we made sure that we got to the point where we could do the practice with the sticks with basically our eyes closed. And we were even doing challenges where I was going to say, okay, we're going to start from this move and then start from this move. We had it down to the T. So we made sure absolutely nothing could go wrong.
You were super prepared.
We were, as much as we possibly could.
Okay.
We didn't bring a wind blocker in the middle of the very windy
So
day.
not that prepared.
No,
So
there's
I
a
don't
lot
know
we
how
learned.
much I believe you being prepared with sharp knives. But might I digress to Sam? Please give us a little something.
All right, here we go. I was going to comment about the wind situation myself because it made it hard to follow the dialogue. How would you summarize this to a person in one line? The whole concept. What are they going to be watching if they're going to watch this?
Captain and his quartermaster, longtime friends, return from a voyage, and one of them is hiding something that he does not want the captain to find out, either for fear of him getting in trouble or the captain turning into something that he's not.
And where did you come up with the concept, or better yet, how intimidating was it for you to shoot in modern times a pirate story at Lake Mead? Because that's a lot of different challenges in there.
For the people that worked with me, very intimidating. But for me, I was too excited to think about it. I am a huge Pirates fan. Pirates of the Caribbean specifically, as with the growing up at theme parks. I went on that ride well before the first movie, fell in love with the first movie. I don't care what anyone says, I love all five. And I've always just kind of wanted to play in that world. And I also just got done watching Black Sails again. And I was like, damn it, I want to be a part of this fun, wear the costumes. And if I can make it happen in Nevada, then damn it, I'll make it happen.
Was watching Black Sails the reason why you wanted to submit this to be seen today?
No, so whenever I heard about this, I picked this specifically because I've been over the past 5-6 years editing writing other people's stuff, directing other people's stuff. But this is the last thing I did that was write and direct. And I know that this was back in 2019, so a lot of the issues that it has, I'm already aware of. So I could kind of prepare for that. But yeah, this is also, it's never been screened before. So it's only been uploaded. So even though it was for a little bit, it was so fun to just be in the room while people were watching this thing that we put so much effort into.
All right, two questions for you.
Sure.
What is the one thing that you would do differently? Would it be the sound matter or whatever you want to throw into that? Second being, what is the thing that you're most proud of?
So I'm most proud of the opening of Patty kind of stumbling through and all those establishing shots and stuff like that. I feel like we really took advantage of the spot that we found, and the sword fight. I'm really, really proud of how that turned out. Especially with all the different angles we had planned, and so many things went wrong with it. We didn't have this spot completely reserved, and there was a time that we had to go because we needed to eat. Came back, spot was gone. So we needed to film some of the spot next to it and then kind of match things around. And by the time we had our spot where we could, sword fight as pirates without people being like, hey, question. We still had plenty of that. There were people jet skiing and they just stopped in frame. And he was like, hold on, there's people looking at us, just waving at them, and then they went by. But yeah, by the time we were able to finish the sword fight, we had to cut some of the angles. And, as a director, whenever something goes wrong, you're trying your best to make it as good as you possibly can. But there's that voice in the back of your head that's like, it sucks now. It sucks now. It sucks now. It sucks now. What are you going to do? And then I watched it. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's good.
Well, thank you for sharing it with us.
My pleasure.
Woo!
All right.
Charles.
Hello, Poppy. So I love the Pirates of the Caribbean series as well. Do you have a pirate joke? Your favorite pirate joke?
My favorite pirate joke?
Mhm.
A pirate was sitting down at the
He has a
bar
pirate
stool.
joke.
Pirate was sitting down in a bar stool and he had a ship's mast in his lap. And the bartender comes up and asking, hey, why do you have that in your lap? And he goes, oh, it's driving me nuts.
Arr. I love it.
Nice.
I have one for you. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
Is it R?
You would think so, but it's actually the C.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
But anyway,
the C. He got
that was a
us.
double pun. But
Love it.
yeah, I love pirates. I love where this was going. I wish I could have seen the sword fight because that would have been epic. I love lightsaber fights, sword fights. I think it's great.
It's
especially
on
choreo and
YouTube. I'd
everything
be
like
happy to
that.
give you a link. It definitely.
Yeah,
still see
I
it.
think. How long is the whole short film?
7 minutes. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, it felt like
little
I wanted
under.
to get to that next part. It never really did, but I really, I'm going to be excited to watch that. I was just curious. Also, you said you shot this in 2019. What kind of hardware were you shooting with? Like, what kind of camera, audio equipment? Like, what were you working with?
We had an EOS R and a Tascam, and that's really the extent of it. We had I don't even think we brought any lights because we were worried about the wind knocking them down, and we were like, well, we'll get it done before dark. What's the worst that can happen? And then the answer is the final shot where it looks like it was cut from a completely different short film. So yeah, there was that challenge.
But I love that that's fired you. I love it.
That looks so much better in my head.
Awesome.
Let me tell you, it looks so much better.
Overall, I really do like the concept. I think that you did what you could, and for me, I'm a very big colorist, so coloring is like my go-to. I edit and everything in Resolve. I've been doing it for so many years. And I did like the color that you were going with, that green kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean look. But I did feel like at sometimes the shots kind of didn't match in the lighting. But I know that that's obviously a limitation. But overall, really good work. Can't wait to see the fight scene.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good job, Charles. You notice I played the fight scene 3 times now behind him while we played this,
the
right?
sound effects.
You noticed
I
that,
wanted the
right?
clinking.
Okay, fair enough. I'll send you a link. I got the whole
Did y'all
download.
like it? Good fight scene?
No, it was cool, man. I think you had some interesting spots. Let's go through a quick little replay, rewind. All right, as I'm looking through this, I'm seeing a moment here that looks very stylized. That one right there. Oh, yeah. Walk me through this shot real quick. Walk us through it. Hold on, you ready?
So this is the realization
Oh,
that his friend
smooth.
is no longer his friend.
What's he thinking about right there?
Well, shit, I'm gonna have to kill my best friend now. Damn, because this
Reminds me of like a
forced me to
Robert Rodriguez shot. Very stylized, a little like kind of Quentin
If we could put a
Tarantino-ish.
nice like
Just hold on. He turns. What is he thinking? That's a real big turn. I feel like, is he going to get
I
shot?
think that says, should I tell him?
Should you tell him that you're going to kill him with a sword?
It could be killing, whatever.
But the knight, why doesn't he shoot you with this guy?
I mean, he's hesitant. They're best friends. He don't want to do it unless he knows he absolutely can. But he wasted one more second.
And you decide one quick pose and then boom. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. What's your top 3 favorite movies of all time?
All right, I'm not gonna get this exact, so I'm just gonna name 3 that I really, really like. I love the first Silent Hill movie.
He went connoisseur. Did you guys see that? He went connoisseur with it. It's not really my favorite, but at the time, right now, in my emotions, and the Saturn is in the area. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Top 3.
I'll be really pretentious. Let me put Beau is Afraid on there. Absolutely love that movie.
Nice. Ari Aster. Okay.
So we got
nice.
Beau is
Joaquin
Afraid,
Phoenix.
and I'll go ahead and put which Clerks 3. I'll go ahead and put Tusk for the Kevin Smith movie.
Okay.
And so
Which
yeah,
one's Tusk? Oh yeah,
Tusk.
Justin Long. That's a good
Love
one. That's a
Tusk.
creepy movie.
Amazing movie.
Love it.
So yeah, I guess for today I'll choose Tusk, Silent Hill, and
Silent Hill. Did you already
Javelin
give us
for the
2? He already said Silent Hill. I thought he said another one before that.
I mean,
Oh no, he did Beau. Beau is Afraid. Trying to make me feel stupid, Charles. You ain't even paying attention, man.
Pirates
he looked
2.
at me like, what? All right, so you got 5. Okay. All right. What are your career goals? Like, what are you trying to do with this? You trying to take this to the big show?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be making a living as a filmmaker. I'm gonna die trying. There's no other way around.
Dang. All right. Let's give him a round of applause for that. Filmmaker or die trying. Do we have anybody from the audience that wants to ask him a question? Mr. Shaki, please join us. All right. And what is your name for the people who are joining us on live stream and they might have not seen you before? Yes, please.
Oh, Gabe or Shakim, Gabe, whichever. It's easier. It's not really a question. I just wanted to say that because you wrote it, directed it, and you obviously acted in it. Yeah, like I don't think a lot of people know how hard it is to take something from point A to point Z, from inception in your head script to actually post. So I just want to applaud. I know it got voted no, but I just want to applaud you for actually seeing it through, and completing this project. So just
Thank you so much.
Do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again.
That's what we
Yeah,
do.
that
I
was
appreciate
awesome.
you. Thank you. Thank you so
That
much.
was solid. All right. So for the final, who's your top favorite director of all time? I mean, for right now, we know.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Smith. I got the opportunity to talk to him once, and he's we both talk a lot. So thank you for keeping me on the guardrails. Otherwise, I'd be here all day. But
Yeah, why don't you shut up already? For God's sake. I'm just kidding. I asked you a question.
I love how passionate he is, and I love how he's always sort of extended a hand out and say, "Look how fun this world is." And through his mediums and his behind the scenes and his podcasts and stuff, he doesn't just sit on this hill and say, "Come on in when I've done something." No, there's a process. Filmmaking is fun. It's for everybody. Everybody has a story. Your story matters because no one else has heard it yet, and I love that message so much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Smith.
All right, wonderful. So now here's the moment when you try to campaign for the audience to vote for you, so they can remember your name, and why should they vote for you?
So my name is Niall Odom, and if you truly feel it in your heart to imagine what the rest of it was going to turn out like, and when you imagine it, it's like super good, go ahead and vote for that one. That would be the best choice. But other than that, do whatever you want. I appreciate you watching it anyway, and I'm just happy to be here.
Round of applause. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. All right, we got the next one up. This one is Killer Highway. Well, hold on, I'll make sure that the music's not playing here. I don't want this to like boop. There we go. Wow. Yeah. That was awesome. Can we have the filmmaker come up to the front? Come on, let's give her a round of applause. Woo! All right. So thank you so much. Finally, someone who likes to stand in the light. Oh, and you're actually, can you, sorry, can you step back because the camera frame's over here so we can show you. Sorry. Can you, let's have you back up. There you go. Now you're in the light and you're in the camera. Perfect. Okay. So what's your name and what are you doing here?
So, hey everyone, my name is Zabi. I am an actress and a nurse. I moved here in Vegas about 3 years ago from LA. And this heat, you guys, this heat is killing me. Anyways, I've always been passionate about acting. My first passion was dance, and I danced since I was a kid. And then I got into theater when I was in junior high. And that's kind of where I found home. I think I was like, just, really excited about being on stage. And I love theater so much. And that's kind of how acting came about.
Amazing. All right, Sam, you got some questions for her?
First of all, I really enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Little shades of Stephen King, or maybe like a campfire story in there. Is that what you were going for?
We were actually going for, because I remembered watching The Hitchhiker. I don't know if you guys ever remember that film.
Sure.
So it's kind of like that lonely road and like one kind of psycho trying to kill whoever is like on the road by themselves. So I'm like a huge horror psychological thriller fan. So that's how we came up with it.
It was a nice setup, very, very simple, direct, kind of like something that everybody fears they're going to hit something in the road. What's it going to be? Is everything going to be okay? Does my life change from this point? I think you conveyed that nicely, a nice little twist at the end there. What was the music source?
Actually, my son and I, this was our very, very first like attempt in even trying to make anything. So my son was going to go to film school. He wanted to do something. So we wrote this literally in like a few hours. We still lived in LA and then decided to film on a weekend in the desert, and it was freezing cold. He filmed it on his DSLR camera, and we kind of put it together in like 2 days and then decided to drive over to Vegas on a weekend and shoot it in 2 nights. So it was like a passion thing for him. So I helped him out and we wrote it together, and it was like an experiment for us. It was really exciting. It was so much fun to do.
So the music specifically.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. The music, he actually scored it himself. I think he probably used like the royalty free music that you can get.
Right.
online.
Well, it was. If that's the case, it was really good choices. It was done really, really well.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell him
just-
that. He'll be really happy.
One other thing, who did the practical effects, the blood, the makeup? Did you do that yourself?
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Amazing. Charles?
Yes, sir. First of all, I just want to say I love horror films as well. So this was giving me more like Scream vibes, where like he had the key outside the door and he unlocks the door and the door opens. I was like, this is exactly what I want to see in a scary movie, in a horror film, because everyone's always so worried about that. Also, I love that there's a doll there. What was the inspiration of the doll in there? Is there, or was he just a psycho and he was in the car and he just wanted to show that?
Yeah, I think it always adds like some weird, twisted kind of thing. If it's like there's like some sort of like, I don't know, doll or stuffed toy, and it's like some weird psychological thing with like a killer, So we were like, yeah, let's throw in a crazy bear, and we like found it at a thrift store or something.
And I also like that you have like that woman empowerment, like I'm fighting him off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, do this and I'm gonna get it done kind of thing. So I thought that was really, really cool. I was gonna actually ask you off the practicals too. What did you use for the blood? I mean, that's always a big point of topic. Like, did you use cornstarch or what did you use?
Yeah, it was literally food coloring and corn syrup.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you were just gonna build this a little bit farther, what is the story behind the psycho killer, or is it just he's just looking for a random lady in the middle of the night?
I mean, we would have loved to make it longer, but it was literally like a passion project. And it was like, we thought about, something in the highway and killer and somewhere we can film, like in an empty road that would make it easier for us to film. And at night where we didn't have to get permits. So that's how we kind of, like, we based it on a location on how we were going to write it. And sorry, the thought came when we thought about, hey, let's do Vegas. It's desert. We don't have to get permits. We could shoot it on a weekend, on a night, make it a whole family vacation, and we shoot it, so that's what we did.
I love it. And so your crew was your family? Like what did your crew look like?
Yeah, it was literally my husband, my son, and myself, and that was it.
And you said you're shooting on the DSLR. What did you use to capture like audio and everything?
We actually did it post. So yeah, we did we went to a park, my son and I, we kind of matched my footsteps, and we did crumpling of leaves or whatever and rocks, and we just kind of matched it, and he synced it up in post.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I like all the footsteps. I think the footsteps are a little loud, but the only thing I would say is, obviously in post, you could have maybe provided a little bit of denoising. I felt like there was a little hissing, and it kind of took away from the score, because the score was so good and the music was so good. It's like when that kind of pops were coming in, it kind of overpowered it. But other than that, I felt like the scene, the style, and the overall, like how I felt, it was awesome and well done.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so you're from LA. What's your top 3 favorite movies?
Oh, I love Inception. I watched it like a million times.
Solid.
And I can still watch it. Inception, Interstellar, and Train to Busan.
Nice. And so your son is doing the DP work?
Yeah.
Man, it's really good. He's editing too?
Yeah, he does everything. He actually is in Philly, and he graduated from cinematography. So
Yeah, you could tell. There's some real power in that, his skill that he's doing. So kudos to him. What's his name?
Thomas.
Shout out, Tommy
Thank
boy.
you.
Back in Philly. Tommy in Philly. Enjoying those Philly cheesesteaks. All right. Anybody from the audience want to have a question or anything they want to say? Come on, guys. Don't be wimps. You can't come up with anything? No?
Oh, I get off easy. Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, hold on. I'm going to ask you a question then. Where do you see yourself going with this? Do you think you're going to do more?
I've dibbled and dabbled on a couple of things. So this was the first short film I did. I entered it in the festival circuit. It won an award for best horror short at the Golden State. It screened at the Man's Chinese Theater, so that was pretty cool. That was really awesome. I did a couple of more shorts. My crew and I did the 49 Film Festival, and then I currently am writing something, but I'm trying to, hopefully, fingers crossed. I love the whole thriller, suspense, and vampires and zombies. I love all of that. So that's kind of where my genre is as far as if I were to write something. So hopefully, maybe one day I'll do something else.
Well, give her a round of applause. Thanks for coming up. It takes a lot of courage to come and do this. It's amazing. All right, so we've got our next film coming up. Charles, give everybody a little bit of heads up of what do you do, and what's coming up for you coming in the next minute. You got 60 seconds. Here's your pitch.
60 seconds. So right now, I'm going to skip the boring stuff. So I do a lot of business-to-business marketing and development. So I'm doing a lot of website films, commercial production, stuff like that to help businesses. But more fun stuff that I got coming off in the works is, that's why I asked her about this doll and everything like that. And some people are actually helping that are here today. But it's going to be a horror short film, about 8 minutes long. And it was actually inspired by one of my friends, not really my friends, but friend of a friend that thinks a doll is her kid. And one night I was with Joey and we were just talking about, what we have in the works. And I was just ranting about, my friend really thinks this doll is her kid. And he's like, tell me more. And then little did I know, I was telling him, and I don't know, he pulled out a notepad at one point. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, we're making this a movie. I said, if it ever gets back to me, I'm going to be in the doghouse. I might end up like the end of that movie. So it is in the works, and Joey is actually directing it. We got Joe over there that's also going to be acting in it. But yeah, it's definitely a passion project. But it's going to be one of the first horror films I've filmed. All the other stuff is usually clean corporate, really boring stuff. So this is actually kind of cool to help produce it and write it, and it's going to be awesome. So keep an eye out, and hopefully we're up there, and hopefully you guys, we make it past 5 minutes.
Amazing. Okay, well, thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. All right, so we've got our next one coming up. If you are ready, I want to make sure we're up and going.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Hotel Continental. Checking in?
Accommodations for one, please.
I'm sure you are aware there's no business conducted on the Continental grounds. May I be of any further assistance?
As a matter of fact, you may. You can tell me the whereabouts of John Wick.
That comes with a price, sir.
Let me guess. A bottle of Penfolds Grand Hermitage.
Mount Mary Quintet will be fine, sir.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Over me left or over me right?
Well, you're a big one, aren't you? But I've seen bigger. Run. I knew if I was ever going to take a knife to the back, it'd be from you. Oh, nothing like a little last minute dramatic entrance, eh? Sorry for the mess.
Hey. All right, can we have Johnny come up to the front? He's the producer of this. He's the whole reason we did this. I didn't make this up to do it. He actually paid me lots of money to do this. So I'm just kidding. Just kidding. He didn't pay me. He paid me in pickleball. Be honest about Johnny. I was like, I'll do this, but you got to pay. You got to play 3 games of pickleball with me. And boy, did it take a long time to make him pay up. But he did eventually pay up. No, because I just want to keep talking over you. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
That's obvious to everybody. Yeah, pickleball was playing pickleball. That's like saying you play golf. I mean, if you don't play it, it can be a mess.
He was great. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do?
Okay, well, hello, friends. My name is John Molinaro. I'm a local actor here in Las Vegas. And this actually wasn't intended to be a short film. So the truth of the matter was, is I had an opportunity with a larger film, but they wanted to see me in this sort of environment. And I didn't have any really footage that would tell that story or portray that. And so I asked Joey if he'd give me a hand here and put this together, and we pulled some strings and we put together a neat little piece. It definitely got the point across of seeing me in that type of the John Wick world, if you would. And that's the essence of this. It was a lot of fun to make. And a lot of our local friends volunteered their time and jumped in. And, obviously, Joey's very talented. So he did his magic on it too. So it turned out to be a neat little spot.
Definitely. Awesome. Okay, Sam, what do you got for us, man?
What a hot mess this was. No, I loved it. Nice to see the recognition of the characters, even though they're obviously being played by somebody else. Found a nice little connection between this and Chat Noir, the female assassin, almost like they're unrelated cousins. So I felt like I was just seeing like an unofficial sequel to his film. So that was fun. Where did you film this? Where was the interior shot?
The interior was shot at the Lexi Hotel, which was formerly the Artisan.
I thought I recognized that fountain in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What year?
This year.
Oh, so this is brand new.
This is brand new.
Very good. Where is it going to be seen? Is this for like a sizzle reel for yourself?
I'll be using it for parts of it for a reel for sure, because I thought some scenes turned out really beautiful. But it has already gone and been sent to the powers that be that wanted to see it, and that was really the intention of it. So now it's just, if it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere. If it does, then it did its job. I did my job. Joey did his job. But for now, it's just gonna probably just sit on my reel somewhere.
Yeah, it was fun. Just can't seem to stay away from the action roles, huh?
Yeah, just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing.
I was just gonna say, first off, that was awesome. I love fight scenes, and it doesn't take a lot to just get into it. So I think that it was really well choreographed, and even the cinematography. I don't know if Joey had a hand in that, but that was awesome. Like the first opening shot with the doors, and for me, like I'm always gonna go back to it. The color was also good. Excuse me. Love the blues, the browns, the oranges. Very John Wick the whole way. Who is this character to you?
Well, first of all, let me touch on the earlier part of that. A lot of this was, Joey's vision, but we did bring in Trevor Carr, who's a local camera operator here, who's very talented. So he was a camera operator on this while Joey was sitting back and just making sure everything looked the way it was supposed to.
I was DP, don't lie.
He wears
I just love working with a camera operator.
Joey, he's got a lot of hats.
He does a little bit of everything. And honestly, you do too. I mean, when you came up on stage, I didn't think that you would be like, yeah, my go-to sport, pickleball. You're like, when I envision a pickleball player, I vision, like I'm a pickleball player, but you could see that a little bit.
Well, let me back.
Can you see it though, Charles? What the hell is a pickleball player? He's like, if you look at me, actually, I'm the epitome of what a pickleball player looks like. You could tell that, can't you?
Skinny, Asian, that's me.
Nice. What was the question?
No, that's okay, Joey. So no, pickleball is not my gig. That's Joey's gig. So I'm more of golf, but that's your pickleball player.
Awesome. Well, I'm learning golf as well. Yeah, I'm terrible.
For sure.
Handicap is very.
And as far as the character, it was a lot of times when I get put in these positions, it's that tough guy type of thing, right? It can become very tropey, and you've seen it before a million times. And I talked to Joey about it, and I think we both kind of like the whole Peaky Blinders, Boondock Saints type, the Irish gangster type thing. Yeah. So I like to test my range a little bit and see what I can do. So obviously that's where we did this. That's where I came up with.
That's awesome. I love Peaky Blinders as well.
You notice when he does his little,
Peaky Blinders.
It's a little homage to that sort of thing.
And so you said, you talk about range, like what other kind of projects do you want to go into? I mean, we saw a lot of action today from you. Where do you want to go as well?
Well, I mean, I grew up with a lot of action and horror stuff, so I have, place in my heart for that. But as far as filmmaking, I just love things that really can bring out the emotion in the audience, whatever that means. So if it's excitement from an Avengers movie and everybody gets goosebumps, or whether you're crying your eyes out or you're scared, if you can pull that out of the audience, then you've done your job. And that's where I want to be. So regardless of whatever character that is or whatever genre that is, if it's that type of moment, because I know that's how I feel. So when I watch a movie, if I get, if I'm laughing the whole time and my cheeks hurt, that was fantastic. That's why I went there. If I get spooked and I don't want to go to sleep at night after I watch something, I want to watch a cartoon, well, you did your job. Same thing with something that's heartfelt. So if you can pull that out of somebody and they really feel emotional about something, they forget that there's an actor and there's cameramen and there's sound guys and there's lighting and there's a lot of stuff going around, around it, and they get immersed into that. And so that's really what I'm attracted to, is stories and filmmaking that can convey that sort of thing.
That's awesome. And last question is, this clearly there was some planning. It's not like you just went to a hotel and said, hey, let's go shoot this. Walk me through just real quick. What was the timeline and what was your crew? Like, what did it look like? What was it like directing it and acting in it?
It was fast. It was fast. And that's really, I got to give kudos to Joey, because he's a machine when it comes to, putting stuff together, editing, he just cranks it out. And I knew I've worked with Joey before on other projects. So I knew it wasn't something that's going to be sitting on a shelf for a very long time. This was a time sensitive, they were looking to cast a role. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to really work stuff out. And so Joey and I just talked about the concept. He did, a lot of the writing of it. And so I would say probably in a matter of 2, pushing it maybe 3 weeks, we had the concept down, we had the crew, we had the cast, and we had the location, and filmed it and edited it and submitted it.
Well,
yeah. Well, we've done also the pressure competitions together too, the 48 hours, 49 hours and stuff like that. So if you've ever done those, that's a good test to see what you can do in that short amount of time under pressure, under the gun, who you can put together, who's your team. You know what I mean? So you're not really looking for, Academy Award winning presentation on those type of things, but it certainly takes you through the mud and has you challenge your own, successes and limitations too.
Well, that was awesome, man. And hopefully get to see you in more films and a little bit more on the pickleball courts as well. Cheers.
Don't look for me there. Don't look.
Nice. Okay, well, we're not done yet. Don't get too crazy, guys. Jeez. I know. They're like, hurry it up, for God's sakes. I know. He says I talk a lot.
I know.
No, but that was beautiful, actually. Thank you for the kudos and all the wonderful things. And you work so hard. I don't think anybody knows this, but Johnny's like one of the most hardest working producers out there and actors in general. So just great dad in general. I don't normally do this, but gosh, he's a gem. All right. Yeah. Ryan, you got a question? Come on up, please. Would you give him your mic? Thank you. What's your name and
Hello, everybody. I'm just kidding. I know I met everybody.
No, because
I think
for
I lost
people who
my
just
mic.
popped in on the live stream,
Oh, okay.
you gotta, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm Ryan. I'm a local actor. I know Joe and Johnny for a minute, but I just want to say your accent, brother, is awesome. I was curious how you bolted it down, the accent, the Irish accent.
So I've always just played around with things like that, but to tell you the truth, I had to practice it in the car, wherever, because I kept bouncing back and forth between Irish and Australian. It became something else. I'm like, I don't even know what that is anymore, because I don't naturally have those type of dialects or anything like that. So I had to watch some stuff and just there's certain ways to pronounce things and the cadence in which they do, so it's not overly stereotypical, that sort of thing. So it's just practice over and over again, and it was short enough dialogue that I think I did okay with it.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, it sounded definitely believable, and it was kick ass.
Well, thank you very much.
Cool. Yeah.
Great job. All right, who's your top? What's your top 3 favorite movies?
Top 3. Well, let's start with Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour.
Just quickly, 15, 20 second, what is it about? Why should people watch it? Because I know this is favorite movie. Always tells me all the time.
Somewhere in Time is a story about this writer who ends up writing about he's not sure if it was a previous life or where he's getting these feelings from. And he ends up going to this old hotel and discovers that he had been there but it was 100 years ago. And he is obsessing over finding out the story of why this is always coming back to him. And he dabbles and figures out how to essentially mentally take himself back to that time. And he lives in that time. And it's a wonderful, it's a love story, but I think it's one of the greats.
Great. Second?
Second, I'd have to say, because I experienced it firsthand, probably the first Rocky.
Nice. Well, I think we know Rocky. I don't think we need to explain Rocky.
Well, and I'll tell you why, though. It's
Yeah.
just because we talked a little bit about, I love to see the emotion being pulled out of the audience, if you did your job. And if you sat in that audience when that came out, there was an electricity in that audience has rarely been duplicated. And maybe, people are desensitized now to certain things or whatever, but then it was unheard of, and everybody was standing up and cheering, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So to this day, when I rewatch it, I still recall a lot of that.
Nice. Number three?
Number three, there's so many. I'm going to say Swingers.
Swingers. Just quick, 15 seconds. What is Swingers about? Quickly.
Okay. Jon Favreau, Vince Vaughn, two best friends that are aspiring actors. And the one had went through a difficult breakup with his girlfriend long distance, and he's feeling kind of down on himself, and his best friend tries to get him out and get him back in the game again. And there's a lot of, I relate to one of the characters very much so. And one of the other characters I can see is, some of my buddies that tried to do that sort of thing. And it's a happy ending, but it's a very indie type film. It wasn't a big budget at all when these guys were very young. But the storytelling, I think, is just fantastic.
Where are you from?
I was born and raised here in Las Vegas.
A native.
Yes, in the heat, by the way.
A native.
So I was 10 years old riding my bike in that heat all day long with a garden hose as my only savior. So you'll get used to it.
You came to this heat. I was born in this heat. Come on, Joe. Not even a laugh. His loud ass laugh couldn't even get a laugh. You didn't like my interpretation?
He probably didn't. He wasn't even paying attention. He was doing Bane. You didn't get it. Never mind.
That was Bane. It was my horrible Bane.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite director?
Director? Oh my God. Jeez. If I had to pick one, I'll just probably say Scorsese, just because there's so many films that he's done that I'm, a big fan of.
What do you want to do with this? Are you trying to take this to the big show?
This particular thing right here?
In general.
In general, like I said, it's a hopefully a little feather in my cap for where my range is. Like I said, I do a lot of action type things and stuff like that. But this was the John Wick universe. So ideally, physical action and stuff like that, that's fantastic. But again, I really want to go for something that's really going to draw the emotion out of it.
Do you want to be a movie star?
I want to be an actor more so than the fame. It's being an actor is more important than fame.
Fair enough.
I think there's a question in the back.
Sam has a question. Hold on 1 sec, then we'll get to you. Just kidding. Go for it, Sam.
Okay. I think that one thing that we've noticed throughout the evening is that the establishing shot, the very first setup of any of these, is what is so important. When you've got limited time, you need to let the audience know where they are, what they're into right away. I think we saw that even with Life, even though that was only a few minutes, you got an idea that this is a unique situation. You're going right into it. In this case, the setup, the opening of the doors, the walking through, you got into a world like that. So my question is, was that a mimic of something else, like from one of the previous actual John Wick movies, or did one of the two of you come up with that concept? And was that always something that was in your mind when you were getting ready to film, like, we're going to start it this way?
It definitely wasn't. I think a lot of that came to Joey's credit again, once we saw the environment, because we weren't sure what we were going to have for a location. So once we saw there was the lions, we had the fountain, we had those double doors. The very first establishing shot, though, we wanted to show us going into something that gave the audience a feeling it was the Continental Hotel from the John Wick, which was the very front of the Mob Museum. And so I pulled up on my motorcycle right in front of the Mob Museum. That was that very first shot. Everything else past that was inside the Lexi.
I thought I recognized that too, but yeah, they come together greatly. So I wanted to compliment you on that, putting yourself into that universe right away.
Yeah, I think Joey did a great job of understanding, and I think that was, I'll take a little bit of credit where when we discussed this, that was really the intention. We weren't just doing like an action scene. It really had to feel like you were watching something that could be in that John Wick universe. And I think he did a great job of piecing that together.
You pulled it off. Great.
Yeah, great job, guys. Oh yeah, it was me too. Huh. Just kidding. Gosh, it's a tough crowd. All right, let's move this along, guys. Let's do the voting. We're gonna get the voting. Go to your voting apps. We're gonna find out. Let's give John. Wait, hold on, John. Campaign real quick. Why should they vote for you?
Well, I'm gonna do a reverse campaign. Like I said, this wasn't intentionally meant to be a short film. There's filmmakers in here that put a lot of effort and time and energy into their short films. And so that's really what I came here to do, is watch that and meet some of you. If you were entertained by this and you really thought it was deserving, then by all means, please do. That's just gonna,
So painful.
Yes, penfold. So, well, thank you for that. But like I said, it really the intention wasn't necessarily to compete with other people's actual short film projects.
All right, guys, give them a round of applause. Take a second. Get on over to your Vox vote. And let's vote. We're going live here on the vote. All right, we're live. Go ahead and spend a second and go ahead and make your vote, please. Thank you.
The 987 Top Rock Top 10 Countdown.
All right, Angelinos, I'm Johnny Thunder. It's just past 10 a.m. as we continue to count down the rock charts to number 1. Coming in at 3, we've got... hold on, folks. We've just had word of a gnarly situation happening downtown. We got Rick Reynolds reporting from the eye in the sky. Talk to me, babe. What's happening down there, Rick? We're over Pico Boulevard heading south.
All right, getting the votes in. Anyone else left? We got 17 people voting. I think we can easily say the winner is Chat Noir. Give it up. Where's he at? Come on up here and accept it for him, my friend. You're his friend, yeah? He had to go. It was too late. We were 7 minutes past our time. I think we did good. All right, my friend. Hop on in. Give us a little bit. Who are you?
The DP, TJ Pinton, editor.
Oh,
colors.
heck yeah. Hop in the light, TJ. Come on, you're its
What's
DP.
up, what's up?
You know about lighting. I need you to hit your mark.
All right.
Okay, so give us a little bit. You're DP, and what do you do here in Vegas?
Pretty much what this guy does. Video production company, shoot my own projects, shoot other people's projects.
Dang. Okay, dang. He's quick. He's fast. All right. Okay, so what made you want to do this project with him?
I wanted to get paid.
Nice. And he's candid too. I like that. That's very cool.
No, actually, Max and I have made a few films. Yeah, he pitched a story to me. I thought it was entertaining. We don't do much comedy stuff. It's a little different for me. And yeah, just give me another chance to, work my skills.
Nice. Where are you from?
Vegas.
Originally?
Miami, LA here.
Okay, very cool. You ever done feature?
No.
Okay. Looking to do that?
No.
Not going to the big show. Okay.
Unless you got money to waste and burn, it ain't going to work nowadays, in my opinion.
You need the money.
Yes, that's a big problem.
Okay. We should talk later. Sam, what do you got for him? Come on.
I'm gonna put it on the table right there. I was from the very get-go. I knew this was going to be the winner. There was just nothing about it that I didn't think was absolutely terrific. And what a way to start off this competition tonight. And everybody gave a really, really good effort. But yeah, this was a standout, and I'm glad that it won.
Well, thank you for saying that. I mean, we all know production value goes far, but at the end of the day, it's about story. And we got to thank Max for that. It's his creation, his story, his brainchild, and he directed it as well. So thanks to him.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Killed it. Charles?
Yeah, I mean, we already did a shout out to you earlier. One of my biggest things, and I keep harping on a lot of them, is like color, lighting, like these things that should be there, but bringing that next level of production value, it goes a long way.
Totally
and yeah,
does.
the story was good, but like we watched that and we were all already hooked. We're like, wait, this is crazy colors. You're going a little bit.
And as a DP, you and I both know we see it later, and we're like, God damn, if I only had 2 more hours to like that better or do this or that. You know, we always see room for improvement. But, you know, with the time we have, it is what it is.
And so what hats did you wear in this project? I know you said you did the DP. Did you do any other roles? I know that. What kind of crew are you working with?
Well, I'm helping with set design. I'm helping book the locations. DP, training a PA how to operate a boom pole that day that we're shooting, so we don't have the budget for an actual audio operator. I provide all the audio gear. I've been an audio engineer 25 years, so it's easy for me to teach a PA real quick how to hold a boom pole. We just don't have the budget for that. Scenes like this, just lighting the background, figuring out the blocking, all that crap, you know, so the actors can just focus on their thing, you know.
No, I really like that. And you can see the separation from the actor, from the background. You got these cool colors. It definitely, this almost brought me into the John Wick world with the cool neon colors and the party scenes and the fight scenes. That kind of brings me to John
And you said earlier you wish that color scheme went a little bit further. Trust me, I wish I did too, but just that's the way the story was, man.
Money ran out. No, I'm just kidding. But that was really good. And so like what, and the last question is, what brought you into the, you know, cinematography, the DP world? Like what really brought you into the filmmaking world?
I mean, I've been in Vegas 12, 13 years. You know, I was in the music business all my life. When I came here, I gave up the music business, just like all of us. We all love movies. I wanted to start learning how they're made, how the business was. I didn't know anybody. Nobody's going to give me a chance. And I went to that fucking thing, YouTube. No, seriously. I did go to film school, but it was like when I was 18, 1,000 years ago. It's pointless. It didn't do shit, wasted money. But what I did seriously, though, I watched YouTube about 5 hours a day, every day for 2 years until I felt I was decent enough to make my first short film. That film won 15 awards. So I was like, okay, I'm not too fucking half bad at this shit. And I just kept on going and grow from there.
That's awesome, man. Well, look forward to seeing some more work, and, you know, great job on this. We were all hooked.
Thank you.
Amazing, great job. Top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Raiders, Blade Runner, and probably Blade Runner again.
Blade
Original
Runner
Blade Runner.
2049. Wait, just 2?
No,
Give us a third one. Come on, there's a million movies out there. You're gonna pick the two, the same one?
Japanese Yakuza thing, probably. I don't know. From the 90s.
Okay, Japanese Yakuza thing for the 90s. If you think of a title, let us know. All right, guys, give them a hand applause. Jeez. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers.
All right, man, this was Movie Club LV. We did it, guys. We made it to the end. Chat Noir. TJ, make sure to come and see us for that $20 prize. We raised a certain amount of money for St. Jude, so let's find out how much we did. If you guys want to go to donate, you guys can go to the QR codes and donate now. All the proceeds will go directly to St. Jude's. So let's find out what the final thing is. How much did we raise? Holy smokes, guys. We raised $160 for St. Jude's. Come on. For making movies and coming and showing up. We're gonna hook up St. Jude's with about $300 because we match whatever they do. So $160 from you guys showing up here, playing movies and watching them. Give a round of applause again for the winner, Chat Noir, TJ for coming in, all yourselves around, Noel and Will for BTSLV. We couldn't have done it without you. We're signing off tonight. We hope that you have a great night, and thank you for everything that you do. And have a great night, guys.
Hey, Joy, you mind if I announce something real quick?
Please, please, please.
So I have a $50 coupon here. If you want to use the studio for an hour, this is good for 1 month. If anyone wants it, it's right here.
Woo!
Anybody?
Thank you, Noel.
Check. Hey, I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank you guys. Thank you. You guys rock. You're the best.
I'm talking forever. Just need some time. 'Cause I'm fresh out of current to speak my mind. I can see a happy across our country plain. Has last strong broken. Do you still feel the same? You wanna forget something bigger than love. Stranger love, stranger love. Can we take every page? Leave nothing left to ask. Stranger love, stranger love. Not in your nature to be vacant. And it don't matter who's right. Just thought you should know that you can call it what you should know. You can call it what you say.